Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for PSY-45 research methods for Saturday, November 13th. So we're really getting towards the end of our semester here, right? So I'm just going to go over a few items as I always do, and reminders, clarifications. So let's get started. First of all here, your most recent discussion on chapter 12 on correlations. Most of you did a really good job on that. However, some of you ended up designing like experiments and not correlations. Remember that with a correlation, you have people that come to the table, so to speak, with just two variables they naturally already have, so you're not going to manipulate anything, and you're also not going to be looking at any issues of causality. You're just trying to determine if there's a relationship between your two variables, but of course the catch is you have to worry about those possible other explanations for your correlation, that is third variables and directionality. But most of you did a nice job, but I'll just remind you to please be careful to read over the instructions, especially any examples I provide to you, so you can craft your own submission and get most of that correct. Next up here, your next chapter 13 on the descriptive research strategy, a pretty interesting and I think kind of fun chapter there. That you're going to have a discussion and quiz for that will be due next Friday on the 20th, and for your discussion you're going to watch one of those what would you do videos. Again, it's a pretty interesting one this time, and I'm really keen on finding out what you think about it. It has to do with a particular research strategy that we talk about in chapter 13, so I just want to see what you think about it. Next up here is that your literature review paper. That's going to be due this coming Wednesday on November 17th. Remember, you will find the dedicated APA module there for your paper underneath Unit 5 of our course materials. So scroll on down past Units 3, 4, 5, etc., past Chapter 15, and you'll find it there. At the very top of the instructions there for Component 3, the literature review paper, you'll find a how-to video where I kind of walk you through some things you might want to know, screenshots of the instruction page, files, resources, etc. So do take a look at that. Do take some time to watch it. It's not very long. Underneath the video, you'll find there's a file there. I've put it in two formats, a Word file and a PDF, but it's both the same file there. That has instructions and a checklist, as I call it. So make sure you walk through both the instructions and the checklist. When you go down through the instructions, you will find some embedded hyperlinks there to sample title page for your paper, a sample abstract page, and a completed sample APA-style literature review paper. That's all from that online writing lab, the OWL, which has some great information you'll find there in the side margin there on the left-hand side, I believe, when you get to any of those OWL web pages. All kinds of related APA-style issues with citations, your references, so you might find that a real good wealth of resource for you for your paper. But also don't forget, you got your pocket guide to APA style to help you out with all those things. I do reference particular chapters in the instructions there from the pocket guide, including that there is a completed sample APA style literature review paper in chapter 9 of your pocket guide. It's on birth order there, and you'll find the pocket guide to APA style in the back of your print version of your textbook. And if you've got the ebook version, there is a dedicated separate link to the ebook version of the pocket guide. It's right below the link for your MindTap assignments there in the MindTap module. You'll see it's clearly labeled there. Also, as you go through the instructions there, you'll find that you're going to ultimately turn in 8 pages of literature review content. That is actual information from the 10 APA style references that you found. That's going to be the meat and potatoes of your paper, but you're also going to turn in a title page, an abstract page, and a page of references. So 11 pages altogether, but again, 8 pages of that is actually dedicated to your literature review, and it is 8 full pages too, so keep that in mind. Do be careful to incorporate any feedback I gave you for your outline there, anything to do with your citations, the formatting of those, your references, how you quoted material. Make sure that you correct all those things. I gave you pretty detailed feedback so you can easily fix those problems. And remember, this is a review of the literature. That is what you found in your 10 references there, so that's what you want to write about. So review the literature and not your life. This is not a personal paper. This is not about your life experiences or speculations or anecdotes. It's okay to include some of that, but primarily it needs to be about the literature that you found and, of course, your topic and how you're going to present it. So do keep that in mind there, not unlike what you would find in a textbook, and it's going to be about what the science says, okay? There is also a rubric file you'll find near the bottom of the instructions there. Just take a look at that. Just shows you how the Total 125 points are going to be carved up into different areas of your paper, so do take a look at that. And also towards the bottom of the instructions in that APA Literature Review module there on Canvas, you'll find a section dedicated to plagiarism there. I have a sample file, which is the same one from chapter 4, your book chapter on ethics in your textbook there. They show you an example, like here's the original quote, and then they show you several examples of plagiarization of that quote, and you might find it surprising that some of those examples do actually count as plagiarism. And then they also give you an example of correct paraphrasing. So look at that as a concrete example to see, well, how do I really put things in my own words? Because if all you do is change a few words from the original source, and even with a citation, that's still plagiarism because you didn't really write that. Somebody else wrote those words. And so it's important to be original and to paraphrase properly. Don't forget, per a recent announcement, if you still need some help, there's the Writing and Reading Center over there in the library. You can schedule a live Zoom session there too. All that was in the announcement, so do check that out. Other issues here, don't forget that after this coming week, you're going to have your Unit 4 exam. That'll be a week from this coming Monday, November 22nd through 24th. You'll get an announcement on Monday of next week to remind you about all that. And don't forget, we also have a live session this coming Monday as well on the 15th. I had to check my calendar there. And so that's at 11 o'clock as always. So hopefully I'll see you there. Otherwise, work ahead. Get all your work done. Good luck on your paper. Hope you're having a good weekend. And I will see you in those lecture videos, if not next time. Take care until then.